As I began to love myself, I found that anguish and emotional suffering are only warning signs that I was living against my own truth. Today, I know this is authenticity. Sir Charles Spencer Chaplin was the most famous actor in early to mid Hollywood cinema, and later also a notable director. His principal character was the tramp, a vagrant with the refined manners and dignity of a gentleman who wears a tight coat, oversized pants and shoes, a derby or bowler hat, a bamboo cane, and his signature square moustache. Charlie Chaplin was born in London on April 16, 1889. Both his parents were music hall entertainers, and Charlie started appearing on the stage while still a child. His father, Charles Chaplin, deserted the family and eventually died of alcoholism. His mother, Hannah Chaplin, found it increasingly difficult to find work on the stage, and in 1895 the family entered the Lambeth workhouse. Later, Charlie's mother had a mental breakdown and was sent to the Cane Hill Lunatic Asylum. Chaplin's career as an entertainer seemed destined. He claimed that his first appearance before an audience was at the age of 5 when he stepped on the stage at Aldershot Canteen Theatre to take over from his mother, whose voice suddenly failed her. At the age of 8, he joined Jackson's Eight Lancashire Lads, one of the juvenile variety troupes which were popular then. He later obtained favorable press notices as a child in the legitimate theatre and played the West End and lengthy provincial tours as Billy, the page boy in Sherlock Holmes. His first film, Making a Living, in 1914, in which he was dressed as a dubious dandy, was indifferent, though well received by the trade press. For his second film, a 5-minute improvisation shot during the event which gave it its title, Kid Auto Races at Venice, 1914, he adopted the costume that became world famous. According to legend, it was made up from various items borrowed from other Senate comedians: fatty arbuckles, huge trousers, Charles Everett's tiny jacket, a derby hat belonging to Arbuckle's father-in-law, 4 sterling boots so oversized that they had to be worn on the wrong feet, and Max Wayne's mustache sharply pruned. In 1919, he co-founded the United Artists Film Distribution Company with Mary Pickford, Douglas Fairbanks, and D.W. Griffith, all of whom were seeking to escape the growing power consolidation of film distributors and financiers in the developing Hollywood studio system. This move, along with complete control of his film production through the studio, assured Chaplin's independence as a filmmaker. He served on the board of UA until the early 1950s. Chaplin's last American film was a nostalgic tribute to his youth in the backstreets and variety theatres of London. Full of autobiographical references, Limelight, 1952, narrates the friendship and mutual support of an old, failed alcoholic comedian and a dancer struck with psychosomatic paralysis. At 77, Chaplin made one last film, a pleasant romantic comedy, A Countess from Hong Kong, 1967. It might have been more successful and more kindly received if he had not made the mistake of using international stars Marlon Brando and Sophia Loren, unsuited to his style of working. He never wholly retired, however. Almost until the end of his life, he continued to work on the preparations of a film called The Freak. Having composed the music for his sound films, he continued to create new scores for reissues of his silent pictures. Chaplin died on Christmas Day in 1977 in Vevey, Switzerland, following a stroke at the age of 88, and was interred in Corsia-sur-Vevey Cemetery in Corsia-sur-Vevey ward. A year later, his body was stolen in an attempt to extort money from his family. The plot failed, the robbers were captured, and the body was recovered 11 weeks later near Lake Geneva. After that event, the body was again buried under 6 feet of concrete to prevent another such attempt.